This is Frank. Frank is from Buffalo, New York. I met my buddy Frank in Louisville, Kentucky. We were there to grade AP literature exams. Every year we talked about his coming to visit me in California. I knew he'd be blown away by my town, Paso Robles. This is the story of his visit. I don't have to tell anybody how great it is to be with others in a public place, watching a ball game. I'll never take that for granted again. As we made our way down to Paso Robles, we stopped at the Steinbeck Center in Salinas. I've taught Steinbeck for a long time. I deeply love his work. East of Eden is a retelling of the Cain and Abel story. The Hebrew word timshel figures prominently in the work. Like most of Steinbeck's work, East of Eden is set in my part of California. The word timshel means thou mayest in Hebrew. It basically means something like si se puede. It means the way is open. Thou mayest. Why, that's what makes a man great, that gives him stature with the gods. For in his weakness and his filth and his murder of his brother, he still has the great choice. He can choose his course and fight it and win. It is easy out of laziness, out of weakness, to throw oneself upon the lap of a deity saying, I couldn't help it, the way was set. But think of the glory of the choice. That makes a man great. A cat has no choice. A bee must make honey. There's no godliness there. This is a ladder to climb to the stars. You can never lose that. It cuts the feet from under weakness and cowardliness and laziness. I have a new love for that glittering instrument, the human soul. It is a lovely and unique thing in the universe. It is always attacked and never destroyed, because thou mayest. The Trask family in East of Eden think of this part of California as a Garden of Eden. I wonder what Frank would think. But first things first. Frank had never been to In-N-Out Burger. Check out that facial expression. We headed west after In-N-Out to beautiful Monterey Bay. In Chapter 1 of East of Eden, Steinbeck thinks about where the ocean meets the redwoods. He says, the floor of the Salinas Valley between the ranges and below the foothills is level because this valley used to be the bottom of a 100-mile inlet from the sea. The river mouth at Moss Landing was centuries ago the entrance to this long inland water. Once, 50 miles down the valley, my father bored a well. The drill came up first with topsoil, and then with gravel, and then with white sea and full of shells and even pieces of whalebone. There was 20 feet of sand and then black earth again, and even a piece of redwood, that imperishable wood that does not rot. Before the inland sea, the valley must have been a forest, and those things happened right under our feet. And it seemed to me sometimes at night that I could feel both the sea and the redwood forest before it. Have you ever seen a redwood before?
No, never.
What are your thoughts?
Monstrous. Gargantuan. Majestic. My three words to capture the essence of the redwoods.